Hey everyone, what's up? This is the Retro Ranger wrap-up. We
Take
are here
two.
in our sexy boudoir scene, so thanks so much for staying connected and joining us.
Yes.
We have the blur, what's up? We have, I'm blind, honorable
mention.
I know, right?
No.
Honorable
Kung Lao?
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao?
Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Oh.
I like it. I'm digging it. Still cool. Of course, we've got Blackwing in the room as well. Anyone else who wants us to go ahead and call you out or shout you out, just go ahead and boom.
What'd you say? Shot you out?
Shot.
Oh.
No more shout. It's shot. Because everyone needs the inoculation. You're all dying.
Oh, Edward can hear us, so we are doing really great.
Yay.
Thanks so much to Josh, not Shay, who was able to fix our problem. So if you want to give your shout outs for the audio, please congratulate this man right here, the Goldman.
Yep. Give us a little bit more light.
All right.
Oh,
good
geez.
reflecting. Try to get my
I'll take
good
some
side.
away.
Try to get my good side. But yeah, we are going to be talking about 2 episodes of Power Rangers in Space.
Yes.
The first one was
The Delta
Megazord.
farce. Yes.
No, it was Delta.
We all have the memories of like fucking gerbils, so we don't remember what we watched like literally 30 minutes ago. But
It was the introduction to the Delta Megazord.
yeah, and then we had the Great
Great
Evilyzer. Was our second one.
Asian 35 is actually Honorable Kung Lao.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
We call him 35 for short.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
pull
it
up my
too.
notes here on the episode really quick.
Cool.
All right, but yeah, so the first episode we got to see our Delta Megazord, which was super interesting. We got to see the return of Divatox and her Piranhatrons.
Yes.
We also got to see the return of the Phantom Ranger.
Oh, well, we got to see Zordon.
Yeah, we got to see
Yeah.
Zordon. That was
It's
the
the
big
first
one.
time that we've seen him in what, like 8 episodes?
Yeah, man, it's been a while.
More than that, since like
Whoa,
since Command Center blew up at the end of Turbo.
man. I think we saw him on one of
I thought we saw him in like the season premiere.
Oh yeah, he
Something
was
like
because
one of
he
those
was
first couple of
captured.
episodes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Oh
so
no,
it's-
everyone! What? No one can help me. I'm a tube. That was. That's
I'm
how he
pretty.
said
Yeah,
it.
that was a direct quote.
Yeah,
In case
yeah,
you're
yeah.
curious,
That
if
was
anyone
it.
tries to argue different,
Well,
we're updating
you're wrong.
Wikipedia for that right now.
Yep.
The Delta Discovery. Thank you so much. That is what that episode was called.
Because they discovered the Delta.
Yes.
That's essentially. I mean, they kind of did. Was it discovered? I mean, it was Phantom
kind of
Ranger
flew
was
in
like,
with it. Yeah.
Well, Phantom Ranger was like, take the key, go up there. Okay, here it is. Oh.
Hey, so WWE Master 59 is now Pikachu Master 542.
Oh, okay.
Pikachu.
Pika.
Is that your favorite
Pika, Pika.
Pokemon, by the way? Just kind of
Ooh.
curious.
I don't really have a favorite Pokemon.
Do you have a favorite Pokemon?
I do like
Of course.
Mr. Mime because he just looks creepy.
Yeah.
And there is also Mrs. Mime, but it's called Mr. Mime, but it's identified as still a female gender. It's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's what she identifies as. Nothing's
yeah.
wrong with that. I agree and
That's right.
accept exactly what she should identify as.
Hey,
So, right.
Blackwing is saying you're looking like you got some Lex Luthor vibes going on right
Yeah,
now.
you do.
About to take over.
I'll say, and I mean, the full Lex Luthor isn't gonna happen because I don't shave the face.
Oh,
Like
no,
I'll trim it down, but I
still
never
like
go completely baby face.
Keeping it like that
Pikachu's
is still good. It's kind of
favorite.
like,
Pikachu's freaking cute. I like original Pikachu and it's fucking fat. Like
Oh,
the original concept
yeah.
design where it was like a ball. He got like really slender.
Do
Like
you-
he went on the Adkins side.
I know you still play Pokemon Go, right?
Not as much.
Not as much,
yeah.
but do you have any Pokemon that aren't North America based?
I have from the original 151. So I have Mr. Mime. I have some from when I went to Asia last year. So like a Torkoal and some Blue Slug.
So when I was doing my traveling, the only time that I remembered to pop into Pokemon Go was when I was in Belfast. So like Mr. Mime is the only non-American one that I've got.
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
I should have thought to do it down in South America, and when I was
When I went to
when I
Peru,
was in
they didn't
Africa.
have any for South America during that time, and I actually pushed up my Iceland trip so I can get Mr. Mime like a year earlier than I wanted to go to Iceland just because I knew it was released. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Do you still play anymore?
No, not as much anymore. I actually haven't played since the Slack Off event, and that was a year ago. I'll open it every once in a while, but I don't have time.
Yeah, I don't even think I have it on my phone anymore.
But yeah,
Anyway.
we are not here to talk about Pokemon, although if you want to hear more about that, pitch a show to us. I would be more than happy to talk Pokemon all day, every day. If you're wondering, I love Ditto and Carpy Carp.
Wait.
It's my favorite.
Wait.
What?
The Pikachu face meme.
The-
Yeah, but isn't that not a good? Because usually isn't there like a shadow of a penis?
No,
where he's like, and it's like a.
No,
Although
that's probably your memes. That's not
probably,
my memes.
yeah. I did recently watch Detective Pikachu and I enjoyed it.
It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun.
It could have been better. It could have been a lot better. If you want to know, like, the R really thought they were building up to Team Rocket and building up to Giovanni being the big bad and expanding that universe, but they didn't.
No.
So that was kind of bullshit.
I mean, we'll see in the next movie.
They should have done the big reveal at the end. I thought it was going to be kind of way of like, hey, this experiment in Cerulean City or whatever the fuck they were in didn't work out.
Right.
Let's move on to the next. And it would have been like everyone who's Pokemon fan would have known it was Giovanni and then he's trying to take over, but the R, like, why? Oh, man.
Yeah.
There was a lot of missed opportunities. For sure.
What isn't a missed opportunity is the fact that we got to see the Phantom Ranger try to show up and save Zordon.
But you know what was a missed opportunity?
What?
Well, saving Zordon. But also...
it was a trap!
But also
hey, Donnie, what's up?
The Phantom Ranger and Cassie.
Yeah, that ghosting, like, we were talking about it while we were watching the show, that, man, Phantom Ranger definitely ghosted Cassie in three different ways.
Completely.
That was fucked up.
And then tried to keep her on the hook.
Yeah,
be like,
that message at the end.
Hey, I still love you, but...
Yeah, but
we're breaking up.
I'm really busy, but I wanted to tell you before anything, and then it cut off, like on Doctor Who.
Yeah.
He's like, with all of my heart, transmission ended. What? What's going on?
Yeah.
He's like,
dude, poor Cassie. Like, and the whole time, like, as soon as she sees him, is like, hey, we need to have a conversation. I know we're trying to get Zordon, and you're trying to do your thing. Looks like you're dying. He's crawling away in the background. So he doesn't have to talk to her, and then like leaves her basically like a space equivalent of a Post-it note saying like, "Hey, I can't, babe.
Yeah,
but I still love you."
It was like on you don't watch like Flash or any of the CW
I don't.
DC shows. They've got a thing now between different dimensions, holographic like messages to send each other. And Cisco both Cisco and Kid Flash were dumped via like holographic messages.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What up, Thomas?
Yeah, that's right.
Also, because someone was like, "Hey, let me get some help." Donnie is like, "Can someone please help me out?" And saying hello to Thomas. So, hello, Thomas. How's it going? Yeah, long distance relationships don't work with Space Rangers. They don't. It's hard for them to work in real life too. If you ever want to tune into Quest for Player 2, that will be turning into a podcast. And please follow all of our social media accounts to stay up to date when that will be released.
Yes.
But yeah, so follow us on Facebook, on the Instagram. We are some variation of the Illuminerdi, sometimes with an underscore, sometimes with a period, sometimes with a space. I don't know. Put it in, and that's how dedicated you are.
We should just be like assholes and do both a period and an underscore.
Well, we pretty much do. It depends on what you
No, both in the same one. So like the period underscore.
Oh gosh.
Just fuck with people.
Well, like Elle just said, just put it in there.
Yeah. So, Honorable wants to know, hey Josh, are you a team Kill Iris?
I'm.
That's a big
I need to think about the proper way to put this. I'm not a fan of her characterization on the show.
Okay.
Thank you. That's safe. That's very safe.
But I think it has more to do with the fact that they've Dawson's Creekified the show. That it's all the drama instead.
Let's go see the theme song.
It's just.
I don't want to wait.
Yep.
It's just
standing on a creek.
It's too much high school drama.
Got it.
And none of them are in high school.
Yeah, but it's the CW. What do you?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And that I think that's the thing with it. If we'll see what happens with the Green Lantern HBO Max show, because it's the same producing team. So.
Well, I mean, we see what.
And Stargirl.
Berlanti does with like Sabrina versus Riverdale.
Yeah, exactly. We know
people can do something, so.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I'm down for it. What was a shining moment for either of you on this episode? That was just like, oh, this was really cool, or this stood out to me.
For me, I mean, there were kind of two. The beginning, absolutely the beginning with Zordon.
Yeah.
When we saw him, and then later on at the end, although there is an even better moment with the Delta Megazord in the next episode, but when we actually saw him turn into the Delta Megazord in this episode, where it was like, oh, that ship's a transformer.
Right? Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was just didn't have to connect with another Zord.
Yeah.
They would do it on its own.
I didn't really like the design of
the head, right?
Yeah, the
Transformer. Whereas
Yeah.
the Transformer is like you have to see that there's kind of a vehicle there.
But also that reminded me of like Steven Universe a little bit, like the
I was
yellow,
just
the
gonna say, I was
gem,
just gonna
like,
yeah.
like with the glasses and everything.
Yeah,
like
I was like, oh.
before
this
its
is like a
time,
star.
like Steven Universe, like is more recent than this, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, that's also what it reminds me of.
It was like I hid out as a starfish. Now I'm a robot. And you were like, what? I don't. What's going on? Why would you hide out as a star? I'm so lost.
You know.
They won.
All right. So, do you want some errors or some notes?
Ooh.
Let's go with the notes first.
All right.
Yeah.
So, this episode marks Rygog's final speaking appearance. His suit actor Ed Neal, not Ed O'Neill,
Oh, okay.
Ed Neal, is credited for voicing him this time instead of Walter Lang. Crocovile.
Oh man, I did love that.
I really I enjoyed when he split too.
Yeah, with the extra
That's
crocodile,
what
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and
Where
thing,
one had the
that was
tail,
probably
one had
best, yeah.
one had the extra head.
Yeah.
The monster of the day happens to be the first crocodile-themed monster with the same crocodile. The second happens to be Wait, let me read this one more time. Crocodile, the monster of the day, happens to be the first crocodile-themed monster with the name Crocodile. The second happens to be Crocodile from Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Not sure I quite get that one.
We're gonna have to reference
That's-
that once we get to
yeah.
Jungle
When we get
Fury.
to
I think,
Jungle Fury,
yeah.
Until then, thanks for that info. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And finally, the first appearance of the Phantom Ranger in Power Rangers in Space. Or this was the first appearance of the Phantom Ranger in Power Rangers in Space.
Yes, it was.
His last appearance was in Turbo's Clash of the Megazords.
Yeah, where he also pieced out on poor Cassie then. So, like, kind of looking at the dual crocodile monsters, so do you think between them they had a third crocodile and they were supposed to be triplets, but the embryos fuse, and that's why the one has the head and one has the tentacle tail?
But what?
Oh, that's a sad story.
Oh,
Because, I mean,
like
You know what I mean? 'Cause it's like between them there should be three.
Chimeras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There should be three, but,
Yeah.
you know, like, the third
One
one,
of
like,
them
never
was
got
just-
fully developed, so
Right.
it's just the head, and the other one just has the tail. And it's
Aw.
like, brother!
That's
You know?
I wonder, like-
that's good. That's good headcanon.
Yeah!
I love it. That was good. That was good. But no, I just wonder, like, how annoying is that? Because, you know, you're trying to sleep and then man's still awake. Like, hey, so what do you guys want to do?
We're just
tonight?
hungry.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
He's just like,
He's just eating
He's like
things.
trying
Like,
to-
he's like, go to sleep. I can't. I'm hungry. You know, like.
But do you think the poop comes out of the tail? Do you think it's like a weird, like...
Oh, I have to be the
or
worst. The
or
underarm.
can the hand crocodile head actually eat, or does it just chew things up and then
Spit it out.
falls back out its mouth?
It's like muscle memory. I just have to do this.
It's like Muppets, like the
Like
Cookie
Muppets,
Monster.
yeah.
It's like all over.
He's like, what are you doing? You're not even eating anything. I just like it taste. Oh, mom should have really killed you, and you know, I should have strangled or suffocated you so many times.
Well, honorable, like in this episode, we saw Phantom go into stealth mode briefly
Yeah.
as he was going around, like not for a long time, but we probably won't ever see it again. These kind of gimmicks. That's why I was like actually surprised. I mentioned I was like, man, these effects are actually pretty good the way they like worked it in. So he did go stealth in this episode ever so briefly.
You also pointed out.
You want some fun facts about the Delta Megazord?
Sure.
Okay.
Its length is 43 meters. Its
That's a good
width is 38 meters, and it weighs 15,000 tons.
Oh.
I don't
Man.
know.
That's 30,000 pounds.
Okay, so
No,
my
what
question
do you
is, how
do?
did somebody factor all of these components? Like, did they grid it and like by the height and
the building?
dimension?
Yeah, they must have done like some weird like.
But the weight,
algebraic
like, how do you know? Like,
Yeah, how
what
do you
if-
know the weight?
geometry. Or even the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's-
weight is the big one where it's like you don't know what kind of space metal that ship might have been made out of,
maybe made out of dwarf star. I don't know, Shit.
Out of what, dwarfs?
Dwarf star.
Oh, okay.
What's the metal that Thor's hammer is made out of?
Adamantium. Just kidding. That's the wrong. That's X-Men.
Vibranium.
Vibranium.
No, vibranium is a shield. It's like
Shit.
Ubuntu or something.
Oh yeah, something. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I have to go back to what's his name?
Yeah.
Oh, this is made out of blah blah. This is my voice when I'm on these films.
He drinks and he makes things.
Yes, that's right. Me,
I don't know if that's
I'm a giant dwarf.
All right, errors.
Yeah, give us some errors.
All right, there's only two that were noticed.
Right.
In one scene at the end, the Rangers demorph. However, Andros, TJ, Ashley, and Cassie glow in their respective colors when demorphing.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos glowed green, even though he was the Black Ranger.
Because he was the Green Ranger in Turbo.
So whoever did the visual effects just kind of...
Yep.
They're just like, I remember him being green. I don't really care.
Hey, what's going on? All right.
Maybe
They're paying homage to his past.
Yeah,
his
maybe
past
it was a
green.
personal choice.
Yeah.
Sure. Someone was definitely fired the next day, guys.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Definitely fired.
Probably not.
Okay, so the blurb says maybe they took the measurements of the toy and then
extrapolated.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, well, this toy is made out of plastic and it's a pound and a half.
Or if they had like the die casts,
metal
ones, you can kind of lay that out, I like that.
Let's see. Next error is when the Rangers were going down to Earth to fight the crocodile monster. It showed a red streak along with the other Ranger colors, but Andros wasn't with them.
That's fine. He was with them in spirit, and that's why the red was there to show that they're still a united team.
I like it.
Yo, I got you. Don't worry. These aren't errors.
Nope.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad about your job.
You're still fine.
All right, so ratings.
New
People of the internet, give us your ratings for this episode. What you thought?
Yeah. What about you? If you had to rate this particular episode?
This episode was fun. It was interesting. It gave us a little bit of lore and just build up, and it was build up. With that alone, it felt more adult or older in the storytelling than what we had before. So this episode did everything good for me. It's my 5.
Man, that's
it's
pretty
my
good.
5.
I mean, I am on par with you. I almost want to give it a 5. I thought it was super funny because we're getting these background stories with the Phantom Ranger and Cassie, trying to avoid confrontation and be like, this is not the time or the place. This is not how we should do it. But I was 100% engaged in this. I can't believe they brought Diva Talks, they brought back the Piranatrons, they brought back Zordon, they brought back the Phantom Ranger.
There was a lot going on.
There was a ton of callbacks, and I feel like they knew that this was the last season, and they wanted to put everything they had into it. It really shows in this episode. I also have to give it a 5. I'm the most critical, so I'm super curious for you.
So I'm close to giving it a 5.
Okay.
But the only reason I'm not is because there was so much going on in it. It was a very, very solid episode. It took the story in a good direction. There was a lot of movement with the story, so I did really like that. But because there was so much going on.
Yeah, you complain when there's nothing going on for filler episodes. You complain when everything's going on in every episode.
You gotta have that happy medium. But I'm gonna give it a 4.
There's no happy medium. You just don't like anything.
I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So it's close. It's close.
Okay, there's a happy medium.
I like that. So for those of you in the chat, let's bring up your scores really quick. So we have Jared Hodges who gives it a 4, The Blur gives it a 4, Mikey Nerd Todd gives it a 4.5, Thomas Franco gives it a 4, Pikachu Master gives it a 4.5, and Edward Sanchez Productions gives it a 5. So
it seems like we're all pretty much on the same page with this.
Which I dig. I appreciate the fact that you guys went ahead and gave us your info. So now with that, we've gone over the episode.
Yeah.
Do we want to? Oh God.
I know.
Oh, Blur, what you doing, buddy?
Hey, we did think about some weird, naughty stuff in this next episode that we'll be talking about called the Great Evilyzer. Well, some donkey positions. Thought it was going to happen. It didn't. They did keep it that PG rating that they have for Power Rangers, which I'm thankful for. But yeah, and then we have Blackwing who gives it a 4 out of 5 for Phantom Ranger and the Delta Megazord. So we were all on the higher ratings of that particular episode.
It's not bad.
So going into our second one. Wants to kick us off.
This is the Great Evilyzer.
Ah, yes.
Why the scientist makes a gun with good and evil dials in the first place is beyond.
Why?
It's kind of like making your evil lair have a self-destruct button.
Okay, if you've ever watched Phineas and Ferb, that was always my thing. Like, why does all of Doofenshmirtz's, like, inventions,
Yeah,
and it's like, what? Why?
Yeah.
I guess.
If the doof didn't do it, it just wouldn't be made by the doof.
It's true.
So
it's true.
You know, you have
Donnie
to doof
Pearson
it up.
gave that other episode a 10 out of 10.
Ooh, nice. 5 it is.
Yeah.
No, that's a 1 out of 1.
Oh, 5 it is.
5 it is.
Same. We all don't math, but whatever.
There you go. It's close enough. So, yeah, the episode starts off with and I was corrected for this, the mad scientist.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why would someone make, why is the scientist making, once again, when you're mad, you do stupid things. Mad means crazy, and we don't want to be mean and say crazy because apparently it's triggering. So don't say crazy because that's triggering. Crazy is wrong to say. People don't like to hear people say crazy.
But people don't like being told that they're mad either.
But also,
I was like,
I just want to say crazy a few times.
So the boy mentions that this is probably why he was kicked out of the scientific community. I wonder if he's friends with Doc Brown and was like, hey, they had like phone calls and like.
I can't remember his name.
Marty.
If you guys haven't seen it, the episode of Saturday Night Live that The Rock was on, when he was the mad scientist or evil scientist, fucking amazing.
No, he was
fucking
evil.
Amazing.
He was evil. Why wouldn't you make it? Well, I had to do that to make it do this.
He made a robot that molests people.
Oh God.
And then when asked, how do you even make a robot that molests people? It's like, well, when you're making it, you molest it, and hopefully the cycle will continue.
Yeah.
You know, it is a very destructive cycle, and I do find that to be unfortunately true.
Yes.
If you need help, there are hotlines to call.
Yes.
And that's the thing. Like, that is not the kind of thing that I would have expected out of The Rock.
No.
Yeah.
So as soon as because that's my type of humor. Like
it is evil.
It is evil.
I don't like that. That's my type of humor.
If it's funny, it's
but
hard. It's funny. It's
I like laughing at morbid shit.
Also, Donnie Pearson asks who loves Phineas and Ferb, and then we have Honorable who says like there's 104 days of summer vacation. Yeah, they get more than that because that show was going on for years and years and years.
Right.
They got like decades worth.
Yeah,
of
they have the movies, everything.
Yeah.
Man.
So this episode, we also like something that when this episode started that I didn't realize about the previous episode was that Bulk and Skull weren't in it.
Yeah, until this one.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we started. Like they were kind of trying to get away maybe from the Bulk and Skull thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's why they were like chimpanzees for a while. Like they were tired. They just wanted the ADR kind of stuff.
Well, I feel like they're good in small doses. Like bring them in every once in a while. Just be like, here's these two goofy idiots doing this stuff.
And with the mad scientist, I wish they were able. Like I like how this episode was able to tie in what they were doing. It wasn't just an A and B plot, but the B plot did affect.
The whole thing was all their fault.
It drove the A plot, which is what I'm hoping to see more of. With that kind of mix in, which is what I thought was pretty good.
Like I said, I just don't understand why you had to make an evil portion.
Like I said,
it was funny though. That toy though.
Like I said, when we were watching it, if he didn't make the evil switch, they wouldn't have been able to switch things from evil to good.
Yeah, so pretty much they have to go around turning things evil just so they can have a justified reason.
Right.
Turning it good.
No, but they can see like an evil bully and just turn it good.
How are you supposed to fix things if you don't break them first?
No, stop it. Stop it. Don't teach people. Oh, God, no. Oh, God. Well, I have to murder a few people so this way I can become a hero and save them.
Yeah.
What?
But also,
the way I go.
I've seen The Incredibles. I know how it works.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oh, that is true.
It's true. Can't say no to it. Look at it. Look how endearing he is.
But also at the end, I'm kind of curious if the end of this episode where they're still running away from the toy will carry over.
I
hope that throughout the rest of the season, like
just
this
running
thing
away.
is just following them, and every single time, like they don't ever have to show the toy again, but they'll just like look at it. Oh God!
Right.
Have you ever seen a movie from? It had to be the early '90s with Robin Williams called Toys.
Yes.
No.
That's a disturbing movie.
It's a really
more
weird
than
movie.
Bicentennial Man, where he tries to like have sex with like,
Yeah.
multiple generations.
Yeah.
Worse. Cool. Cool.
But there's this big like fight with like all these toys at the end of the movie, and there's just this one that's like it's a guy with cymbals and like a dog that's like biting his ass or something, and he's just like constantly, and you just see it. He's just like the toy is walking and banging the cymbals.
Yeah.
And every once in a while they just cut back to it, and it's just like just going on its way.
My thing
That's actually really funny. I love cutaway visual gags like that.
I don't know, the blur just went to it, and he says, well, What was the robot doing to them in the van that had it rocking like that?
Yeah, like it was bouncing.
We were asking the same
The
thing.
party was a rocking in that vehicle, man.
Well,
like,
that's why what's his name showed up and all he did was just take the weapon. He saw the van a rocking, you don't come a knocking. You know,
yeah,
you're right.
it's true. It's true.
I respect your choices. And
But again, going back to Spaceballs, it reminds me of when they landed on Planet Spaceball, and the two Spaceball guards came up to the RV and got on, and then it just started bouncing back and forth. And then Lone Star and what's his name? John Candy. Barf. Get off of their space, and they're in the stormtrooper outfits.
Oh god. I mean, yeah, pretty much. It did because it's like, well, it's a truck, it's a van, it's an RV, either one of the three. It made sense, but it was like really, why was and I love how Skull was one of the only ones that point out like, we're running from a toy, you know. But then when it showed up.
But he also looked like he was taking a shit at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, when it was happening?
He's standing there behind the doctor going,
well, he's
like, what's going on?
To see if it's turning evil, man.
Yeah, you have to show
very
that
weird
intensity on your face. He's a great actor. He was like, and he's sweating. You know, you're like, what's going on with him? He's letting you know how intense.
Pitching a loaf.
Yeah, you know, he's telling you how intense it was. I appreciate it.
It was really
a great
intense.
actor.
But man, I also appreciated that they actually didn't make the Rangers evil in this one, as they have in every single evil episode of Power Rangers.
We expected it at the very beginning.
But they're like, hey, I'm gonna make your cruiser go evil. I'm gonna make them, the Megazord go evil. So the big question that we had. I don't know if they're evil because they're like non-sentient beings. Like, I don't know. Like, we're kind of talking like, let's make the building evil, and it just raises the rent for all the tenants in there. Starts making the faucets leaky. The ceiling starts crumbling down. Like, I feel like that.
But if it made the faucets leaky, the way it would have to do it is so that it just drips until you come out to it, and then it just stops.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
The heat.
Then as soon as you leave,
the heat
get back into bed, and
it
it starts again.
The AC doesn't work where you want it, but
and it just drips, and the black mold.
Well, it's like the AC in my car, where like the AC. I don't know if I've told you this yet or not. So obviously that I bought a new car recently. So it's a digital thermostat. It goes from 60 to 90. So you would think that as you go from 60 to 90, it would progressively get warmer and warmer and warmer, right?
Yeah.
Or colder and colder as you go down.
Yeah.
60, 61, 62, 63 are all variations on cool air coming out.
Okay.
As soon as you hit 64, it's just fucking hot. So it doesn't matter whether it's on 64 or on 90, it's just blasting fucking hot air out of it.
Magma! Why?
Man, don't tell Josh I use that evil machine on his car.
Right.
Him at this point.
He's like, my gas mileage,
But yeah, that's what I imagined, because you were saying, man, they should have attached the machine to the Megazord.
Oh, and great.
And then just blasted all these things, so all the cars,
also making
all the
random people in the streets evil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not malicious evil. It wasn't turned all the way to super evil.
Yeah,
in the middle where they're just kind of dicks, the double parking, like you said, or not putting the shopping cart back in the trolley. It's just in the parking slot.
Lifting it up and putting it over the curb.
Oh, yeah. So it really won't. Oh, no.
Or just walking it just slightly outside of the invisible fence area so that the front wheel locks.
Oh my god.
He was like, ha. But no, I mean, yeah, so.
Hoarding all the toilet paper from the supermarkets, be like, I only have one ass, but I got 500 rolls of toilet paper.
It's essentially me. It doesn't do it at all, especially with the building. It's I'm just hoarding them here.
Man, I wish we had that green screen so we could put toilet paper back around rolls.
That would be great.
We would piss people off right now. We're just continuing talking about
it. Mounds of Charmin.
Oh, yeah, huh? Hello.
All right, so while you guys are thinking about your ratings, and you guys are thinking about your ratings, let's go through some notes. The first note here is actually something that one of the things that I had noticed was that Bulk and Skull, along with so his name is Phenomenus.
Okay, that sounds like his mad scientist.
Professor Phenomenus or Phenomenus.
I don't know.
This was their first appearance after the previous episode. Right. Not the one that we just watched, but the last episode that they're in. But they don't make another appearance again until Always a Chance, which is episode number 25.
Oh,
so
that's
they're so they're going to be away for 13 episodes.
Wow. I wonder if they're going more into directing, producing, or doing like their own writing at this point, but trying to stay into Power Rangers. But
this marks the longest absence from them until Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Of them just being in it, because chimpanzees too, we didn't see them for that entire season, but they still did the voiceovers for them, so they had to be there.
And I guess technically, even though they were chimps, they were still technically there.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true.
And then this episode also continues from the following episode. Because of the Delta Megazord, so.
Yeah, that's true. Which I do like that. Is it Evil Santa from Futurama? Does that also have a switch?
I think so.
Because I
don't
don't know.
No, because he's still remember. He's just evil. Isn't
he's just evil, and he's just an evil robot that will predict everyone, right?
Yeah.
All right.
He was just evil. He was.
And Shay's typing up the
no errors this episode though.
Oh, nice.
I mean, there was an error.
Yeah,
that was having a machine that had an evil switch on
your
it.
ratings.
Yes. This is my passive way to cue him into producing.
He's collecting.
Oh, I'm a bitch.
So they hit you with the Evilizer.
Yeah, they hit me with the Evilizer.
It was just like a couple of notches up.
I'm not super evil. It's a passive aggressive kind of evil that I have, but that's like me all day, every day.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't hit by a gun. I was just born this way.
That's the thing with me too. I'm just passive aggressive. Like I don't.
Most of the
really
time, I'm aggressive.
Like I'll get angry if people just like constantly annoy me.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, it's just like passive. Because I think Daniel's been around when I'm just like, guys, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to do something.
He yelled at me while trying to explain some like cable like deal with Hulu and Disney Plus. I was like, oh
my god.
But Shay, everyone yells at you. Let's be real.
That's also
I kind of ignore it now. That's like how people say my name, Shay.
I mean, because everyone just has to yell at him. Like, if everyone could be like, I don't know, scream obscenities at Shay if you can in the chat. Try not to use cuss words.
They would.
Try to come up with some clever way without using any
like
cuss
Frack from Battlestar Galactica.
I don't know, like you cotton-headed ninny muffin.
Yes.
Muggins. Like something weird.
I didn't know where you were going with that one.
What's the matchmaker thing?
Matchmaker.
Every time I hear it, I'm thinking of Harvey Firestein. I just want to hear him. Matchmaker, make me a match. Find me
I was in Fiddler on the Roof twice.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Jew, so.
Oh well, okay, that's fine.
I was in the Wiz. It's kind of required.
I was in the Wiz.
There, I did a
Not
thing.
at all.
Not
at all. Nope.
Were you the Cowardly Lion?
No. I was the queen. You know, I'm mean. You know, whatever. Isn't that really what you call that's from one of your favorite Broadway musicals with the
Jersey Boys?
No, the plant.
Little Shop of Horrors.
That's one of my favorite musicals.
Seymour.
But only with the real ending.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Love it.
So Josh, are you using the Power Rangers wiki for the eras?
Fandom, yeah.
Fandom, yeah. They have like some of the best stuff.
That's what Joe gave me. So.
Yeah. So we have Blackwing, who gives it a 4 out of 5. Hyper Ryan gives it a 4. Pikachu Master gives it a 3.5. Jared Hodges gives it a 4. The Blur gives it a 4. Thomas Franco gives it a 5. New Bill gives it a 4. Mikey Nerd Talk gives it a 4.
So this is interesting. So most of them are 4. There is a 5 there. Pikachu Master, why did you give it a 3.5?
I was gonna ask. That's what I really wanted to know because it's interesting how we have that level.
Yeah.
And here you come.
But it's still really close.
Yeah. I mean, it's still pretty close, but his is the lowest out of.
Because there's no Pokemon in it. That's why.
I mean, that makes sense.
No, I think Pikachu Master 5, 4, 2, perfectly fine. You know, it's all right. He's okay if there are no Power Rangers. I mean, no Pikachu's in it. Earlier he was. Earlier, what was his name before he changed it?
WWE Master.
He's Asian.
That's honorable.
He's the third 5.
Yeah, he was honorable.
Yeah.
And then now he changed it to Pikachu.
Oh, just kidding. Edward Sanchez Productions also gives it a 5. Let's go backwards. So what would you give this particular, the Evilizer?
So, this one's another hard one for me to kind of like really peg a good number. I'm going to go with a 4.
Okay.
I don't know that that's really my like official score.
Okay.
But
I feel like there was.
Don't change it to a 4.
Four.
No, it's a 3.5. We just want to know why. That's all.
Yeah.
We like conversation.
Why you thought
It's like typing takes too
What
long. I don't want to
you didn't
explain
like.
myself. I'll just change my rating.
My question was more what aspects of it didn't you like that made you give it that score?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, because we were already introduced to, like it did, especially coming off of the other episode, it just seems a little lackluster.
Yeah, I think that's why I didn't like this one quite as much as the previous one. Was there wasn't as much story development in this one.
Nope.
So like I appreciate the hey, we need to have some fun.
I like his response to.
But I wish it was a little more even out.
Kind of forgot about the episode.
Yo, Pikachu, I'm not gonna lie.
I have no idea.
Same. Like
literally,
it
we
only
just
happened,
watched it. You
and we
guys
watched it
saw us
all
watch
together.
it.
We're
And
not drinking. We're not smoking.
No.
We're not on drugs, and it just shows that we are just old and we
Memory
do
of
not have.
goldfish.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just wasn't.
Goldman the goldfish.
This episode wasn't as entertaining as I thought it was going to be, and like you said, it just right after off the heels of something that was really good, a 5-episode, mind you. This one,
I was also really hoping that we would have that the little toy thing that they turned evil in the beginning had been a bigger menace.
Yes.
Threat. Like I kind of
like I wanted it to shoot things at them.
Yeah,
because it had like the projectiles.
Or that I was kind of hoping that would have been the minion monster.
Oh yeah,
That they could have fought that thing, and that it would the Evilizer would have been on that. That would have gone around shooting things and.
I mean, I was kind of
confused
menace. Too because like a lot of the villains that came up in this particular episode, like they had like Senor Frog, they had Mothra, they had like all these things, but I couldn't figure out if they were real or if they were like holograms. Because every time they would defeat them, they would disappear but come back.
Right.
So I don't know if I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I'm assuming that had to be what the monster's actual power was.
Yeah.
Was just making things show up.
Yeah, I'm not sure, so it wasn't super clear, but man, like, I kind of liked seeing all those different villains that were in there.
I think we were on this spot now.
My beard isn't long enough for me to do the...
Oh, no.
I can
Mine is full now, but I have not. See, look at that. Wait, you know what? I saw that movie Booksmart where they take it, put the hair in the front, and then they tie it over.
Yeah, but I usually have a rubber band and...
Yeah,
well, I mean, I guess if I let my hair grow out, I could do the
there you
comb
go.
over the front.
There you go.
So I could do the trunk.
Oh, yeah.
Like the forward and then back again.
I want Josh to grow his hair out like a card, and we can paint it. We can color it white.
Oh, like Bernie?
Please.
No, I'll get a hairpiece for that.
Yeah,
no, just do it.
No, Josh is the actual one that makes sense for like, oh, I'm the bald. It's perfect. It's not all weird and wonky.
You have a perfectly shaped head, by the way. Like,
yeah, I don't have like any weird like divots in it anywhere.
I'm actually jealous of that.
You should be.
But also, we probably won't be smoking while watching Power Rangers. This is a kid's show.
Yeah.
We want to keep it kid friendly. Later in the night, as we get to the later shows, when we bring back After Dark, like that is no holds bar for anything that we do. But for Power Rangers, we are definitely going to try to keep it PG-13.
PG-13.
We're PG-13.
We do have some 420 ideas coming up.
Oh
nice,
yeah. Oh
nice.
yeah.
But yeah. So did you guys wait? What did that say? What did the episode tell us? Go buy Delta Megazord toy now. That is basically what it. Yeah.
Telling you. What I figured out that recently, the whole reason for Astronema was just
to sell toys.
To sell different toys.
Yeah.
With
like for different outfits or different hair colors.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I remember when I was a kid buying like He-Man toys. You know, like there's the regular He-Man, there is the battle damage He-Man where like you poke it and it would double up, and then there is the Prince Adam version of He-Man. There's like
which was like, wait, what?
I just never understood why he turned tan.
Stronger when you're,
I guess. So what do we got next? Next episode is at the top of this page. Grandma Matchmaker.
Oh, you did 3?
Oh, that's why.
No.
For next week.
Yeah. So next week is Grandma Matchmaker and the Beryllian Sting.
And actually, I thought I wouldn't be here next Sunday, but because of coronavirus, my day job has been canceled for the event that I was going to be hosting. So I will be here next Sunday. You will not be here, or will you be here?
No, I will be here. Also because of coronavirus.
Okay, so both of us. Depending, give or take, we are also. Is next week episode 11 and?
No,
12?
This was 11 and 12.
Oh, was Corey supposed to come this week?
He had wanted to, but he wasn't able to come both yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Okay, I am so mixed up. I apologize. Corey will be here eventually one of these days. We
Yeah.
would
So
love to
next
have him
week,
on
next week,
sometime.
next week is 13 and 14.
It was this week. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I sent my janky ass calendar to everybody, and I just assumed that. You know,
It's
people-
the corona is killing everybody.
Yeah.
Everything.
COVID-19.
Please stay safe. Please
Is it
stay
COVID?
indoors.
COVID.
COVID-19
Yeah. Okay.
or coronavirus.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Douglas Adams thing. COVID-19. It just does.
But yeah, if you'd
wash your
like to
hands.
stay indoors, feel free to watch all of our streams. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell,
Tell
whatever.
your friends. Tell your enemies.
friends. Tell your
Yeah.
enemies. Because, hey.
Yeah,
you
if
guys
you
are
like
all
us,
doing
tell your
nothing.
friends. If you hate
yeah.
us, tell your enemies.
And
and,
any of your technologically inept relatives, just like get onto their phones and subscribe them.
Like
Yep.
grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandma.
Trust
It
me,
would
they're
really
not going to
help
do
us.
anything. They're just going to watch it.
If you want to switch back over to Twitch, we will be doing by we I mean they will be doing WWE wrestling
Yeah, we'll probably be doing some wrestling tonight.
22K20
We
something.
might play through a little bit of Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Oh,
Maybe.
wow.
For a little bit, because I got it the other day because it came out on Xbox Game Pass. I loaded it up and I played through the prologue. And I mean, this game is really pretty, like really
Man, I
pretty.
do love games that
And
like
it's like a side
visual.
scroller, so I
You do have a
kinda
life,
wanna-
and it's sharing it with us, and we appreciate you, Pikachu.
Yes.
who was
Thank
asking?
you very
Oh, the Blur was asking about W. Yeah. So we'll
Everybody
we'll
wants us to
probably
play WWE.
yeah. So we'll definitely play it. I also bought the new DLC that came out the other day. So now
Oh,
we've got the cyberpunk,
Those robots.
the wasteland, like Mad Max style storylines,
But we don't have the
and the
Fiend.
Halloween one. Yeah, we don't have the Fiend.
Wait, for WWE, they have like a wasteland.
Yeah. I'll show you when we hop off
Oh,
again.
man,
Right.
fun.
But yeah, it'll be a good time.
Tune into that. That'll be going live around 8.
Yeah, give or take. Well, it's probably about
It's
8
like
now.
8
So
now.
maybe
8:30 now.
yeah, it's 8:30 now. So
I lied, it's
about
going live right now.
9:15.
All right. Well, until next week, thank you so much for joining us. Please stay safe. Wash your hands. Make sure.
Social distancing.
Yeah, social distancing and cut your nails, people. Cut your nails. Dirt underneath them does not help anyone.
Also, if you
Don't
want to build
hoard toilet
immunities,
paper.
try to lick some handrails if you get the chance. Roll around on
yep.
the ground.
Yeah.
You know,
You know.
Eat some dirt, mud pies.
Yeah.
Like
It gets your
actual
immune
mud
system
pies,
up.
though, not the
it gets your
Not the
immune
the
delicious
system
text
up.
ones.
yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
Trust me, it gets your immune system up.
Introverts unite.
Yes.
There we go.
All right, but I'm gonna go be introverted by myself
All
after
right.
this. I'll catch you guys on Twitch later tonight. Hope to see you guys there. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye bye. Good night.
Peace.